You've probably heard of, or at least seen it in the movies, maybe on TV, maybe even caught a glimpse of it flying into Charlotte Douglas International. We're talking about the majestic Air Force One, best known as the President's plane. Joining me this morning, our Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot, MayCay Beeler, to tell us why President Trump wants a bigger and a better version, and it cannot come soon enough.
Yes,
MayCay,
sir.
what a request.
What an airplane.
Yeah, right?
All right, out with the old, in with the new. You know, during Trump's first term, he spent nearly $4 billion on a contract awarding it to Boeing to replace the aging presidential VC-25 Alpha fleet. That's airplane speak for specially modified and customized Boeing 747-200 aircraft that serve as a nuclear bunker, flying Oval Office, airborne command centers, and more. But the president, he's grown antsy because, as the Wall Street Journal reports, after years of delays, the shiny new jetliners are still not ready. Yet the president is for a brand new ride as frustration mounts with Boeing's delay after delay. The president has a wondering eye, setting his sights now on repurposing a previously owned Qatari 747. So the government hired Florida-based defense contractor named L3 Harris to retrofit that 747 to serve as an interim presidential jet while Boeing gets up to speed.
Wow, this is quite the renovation let's go back to Boeing. My gosh, have they been in the spotlight for the last couple of years? Why the delays? What's going on?
We already know this. The aerospace giant is years behind, of course, and billions of dollars over budget, suffering huge losses due to a fixed price contract. This is the same issue that haunted the Starliner program, remember that? So the timeline remains sluggish, and the new presidential Boeing 747s are not expected to be completed until 27 or 2028, or maybe not until Trump leaves office. And the Wall Street Journal reports Trump wants to take delivery by this fall. So he's counting on the defense contractor, L3 Harris, to do the job with an interim retrofitted Qatar jet. Well, Trump says he's not happy with Boeing, but the Pentagon awarded a $20 billion contract to the aerospace giant. Remember, we talked about this, to build what Trump says will be the most lethal and sophisticated fighter jet ever to replace the F-22 Raptor. It's the F-47, named after him. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, I do. The 47th president.
I can't be that mad
It's like
at
you can't be
Boeing.
too mad if you're giving billions of dollars for the coolest, baddest fighter jet that's out there. Ever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to this retrofitted 747. What makes it so unique?
Oh man, it's got too much for me to tell you about. So it can hold up to 100 people or more. They have 2 galleys, so they can cook up to 100 meals in one sitting. Okay, they've got an executive stateroom, bathroom, shower, office, dining and conference rooms, and so much more. Here's the deal, they have unlimited range, in-flight refueling capability, capable of operating, of course, as you can imagine, during extreme security threats and military-grade communications. They have self-defense capabilities. Yeah, it's a tough cookie.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Well, it will be on my forever bucket list to at least go on one. I know it'll never happen. Have you ever been on one, flown one?
I haven't been on one. I've been very close to one. Last year, President Biden came in for the fallen soldiers.
Right.
Came into Charlotte Douglas, and I covered that. So I saw it up close and personal. But what's really cool as a pilot and a flight instructor up at Piedmont Triad International Airport, we practice takeoffs and landings all the time, and Air Force One comes in there all the time to practice takeoffs and landings.
Ooh.
I have been in the pattern with that jet countless times, and it's so cool to be in my little trainer with my students looking up at Air Force One. So cool.
That's awesome.
Well,
you got some trivia for me?
Trivia for you.
Okay,
so, when is it called Air Force One?
I just assumed it was always called Air Force One. Is it only when the president's on it?
Bingo.
Oh, is it really?
Only when the president's on there. So when it's doing takeoffs and landings up at Piedmont Triad International Airport, they don't say Air Force One is on final for runway 23.
Yeah.
No, they just say Boeing such and such, whatever they want.
Whatever the tail number, or
they can go by the tail number, they can go by Boeing, they can go by another, but they would never say Air Force One
unless
the president is on board.
I just like it when they say the Eagle has landed.
Oh,
I mean, I know it's from the movies, but I just in my head that's what I hear traffic controllers saying. So,
and guess how many there are?
How many Air Force Ones?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess
they have 2.
Do they really?
And
A backup?
as a backup, and they want to get a 3rd one as a backup with the new fancy one's coming soon.
Okay.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Little bit of
Okay.
money there. Okay, well, interesting. I can't wait to see it if it ever does come to Charlotte
Yeah,
again.
I'm sure
I love
it
that.
will.
All right,
Yeah.
appreciate it, MayCay.